to another Swimscape podcast. In this podcast, we're talking to Kylie Frost. Kylie is the energy that exists behind the Twisted Sisters Club that does all sorts. They're into triathlons and a lot of swimming. She has helped so many women get into the water and enjoy swimming. It's a fantastic chat to her. We hear a little bit about what she's done in her life and also the Twisted Sisters group. Enjoy. Okay, so welcome to our podcast. We're talking to Kylie. Welcome, Kylie.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Oh, it's wonderful to have you. So we always kind of start off and just ask you to give us your swim story, so just what got you into it, what keeps you going, and then we'll discuss some of the things that you've managed to do in your athletic career.
Okay, I was never a swimmer. I could swim as a kid, but I was never a very good swimmer.
Yeah.
And then 2015, I was seeing a physiotherapy for a form of arthritis, and he put me in the hydrotherapy pool at Westwave with very strict instructions. I wasn't allowed to swim because I was having so many issues with my arms. He was worried I'd drown. And I was literally walking up and down the pool, and then my husband was doing his scuba dive training. He had to swim 400 metres in 16 minutes. And I couldn't handle the cold water of the lane pool, but I could handle the warmer water of the wave pool. So in the mornings I'd go along, and I started after a while in the wave pool, and I started swimming the 400 metres, but with snorkel and a mask, because my neck was so bad I couldn't turn my head very well. Yeah. And I would time myself, and I think the first time took me 30 minutes to do the 400 metres, something like that. Mm-hmm. And I was really proud of myself. And the idea was I was going to do the same thing he was doing, which I did. I went on and did that later. But then eventually I ended up over time joining the squad because I decided I wanted to do a triathlon. And to be able to do a triathlon, I had to be able to swim. So it's been a very long, steady, slow journey. And then 2021, I did Ironman New Zealand.
Wow.
That, which is a 3.8k swim, a 180 k's on the bike, and then a marathon. And I finished with 70 seconds to spare. So I got it done, but only just. But the swimming has been the easiest part. It's the part I'm most comfortable with now, and it's the part that keeps my body moving, is being in the water. I can move easier, and it keeps my joints moving, so it helps me.
So how many years ago did you kind of start on that swimming journey when you started in the pool?
It would be 2015. It only took me a couple of months to progress to the point that I started swimming.
Yeah.
So it's been about 10 years, roughly.
That's a fantastic story, I'm impressed. Similar thing, I always thought I could swim, and I wanted to be a lifeguard. So you have to do a 400-metre swim.
Yeah.
And I had a look at the time, and I thought, I'll just crank it out just on my own. And the time limit there was 9 minutes. And I thought, that's going to be easy. So 14 minutes later, I finished, and I was naked. I've got a lot of work to do here. Yeah. So a very similar kind of story.
Yeah.
So you never swam as a kid?
We had a pool growing up, and I swam in the pool. And I can remember at school having to get in the pool and do swimming in the school pool. But I also remember a really bad experience with a school that I went to, and we used to go to Lake Pupuki. Yeah. And they made us jump off the wharf and swim back through the reeds, and I got caught in the reeds, and someone had to pull me out. So anything like that sort of situation still to this day scares me a bit.
Some heebie-jeebies,
yeah.
Okay.
But I never really got in the sea and I still don't really do a lot of the long distance stuff. Mm-hmm. But I do love actually being in the water. I love the freedom it gives me now.
Yeah.
So, as I understand it, you've kind of done a whole bunch of things for yourself, but you've also got into coaching as well. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your swim coaching?
Yeah, well, after Ironman, I wanted a new goal, and I had a couple of injuries, and because of the injuries, one of them was to my ankle. It was pretty severe, and I couldn't exercise for about a year. So then my arthritis got so bad, I had to start from scratch. And I've never 100% recovered, unfortunately. The disease I have is progressive. There's no cure. It is only going to get worse. And I found I wasn't able to compete as much. I wasn't able to do the races. but I still wanted to be involved, and I had a lot of friends that I was helping, but I wanted to make sure that I was giving them the right advice, and what I was telling them to do wouldn't lead to them getting injured or anything like that. I had accumulated a lot of knowledge over the years, some really good coaches, and I seemed to have a really good rapport with ladies starting out. So I did my coaching certificate through Triathlon New Zealand, and I've gone on and done quite a few, including the Ironman U course, which they've changed the name of now. So I've got quite a few different certificates behind my name now, and I coach about a dozen ladies, not even all in Auckland, all around the place, as well as a whole bunch of others that I just coach on a Saturday or at our training sessions, things like that, as well as that.
So you coach in the pool and in the ocean?
I don't coach in the pool because the way it's set up in New Zealand, if you coach in the pool, you have to hire the lane, and it just doesn't work because a lot of the ladies I coach don't have a lot of money to be able to pay for pool hireage and things like that. But we do a lot of sessions at Takapuna Beach over the summer in the ocean, which of course then is free. So, yeah, it works. And that's for most of them, that's one thing they love doing is being in the water on a Saturday morning. So it's the best place for them.
I have seen you with your Twisted Sister group down there. It's quite impressive.
Yeah, you can't help but miss us now because we usually have about 40 and this season we've all got the same pink swim caps. So you can't miss us.
Where does the name Twisted Sisters come from?
We had a group that went down and did the Kelly's Women's Tri a couple of years ago, which is in Tauranga, run by the Tauranga Triathlon Club. We had about 7 of us, and while we were down there, we were talking through a messenger thread, and it was getting really hard to sort of keep track of who was saying what, because with the whole thing with the messenger thread is things disappear over time.
Okay.
They get lost. You know, you can be busy at work and suddenly you log on and find people have been chatting for the last hour and suddenly you've got a million messages to go through. So we sort of said, well, why don't we set up an actual Facebook group and we can chat through that? Yep. But then we needed a name. And one of the ladies came up with the idea of Twisted Sisters. And then it kind of snowballed from there. We've got nearly 400 on that group now.
That's amazing,
Yeah.
And that's just in a couple of years, right? Like 4 or 5 years or something? Awesome.
Make it about 18 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
on the Facebook story?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sorry to interrupt, but that obviously shows you the demand for help, right?
Yeah.
And you mentioned a little bit earlier that your clientele was, you said it in a specific way, and I can't remember, it's gone out of my head, but it's like they relate to you and they feel comfortable with you.
Yes.
What do you reckon?
I think because I don't look like the average pro athlete.
Yep.
I think I just look like the normal, regular, middle-aged Kiwi lady with kids.
So you're
and a
less
family.
intimidating.
Yes.
Okay.
There's hope for us, Duncan.
I think they don't look at me and think I'm never going to keep up.
Okay.
I mean, the fact that I can do an Ironman gives them the confidence that they can go and do what they want to do.
Whatever, whether it's swim to the buoy or go to cable or whatever it is. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, the cable buoy swim is end of March.
Yeah, that's a biggie. Yeah, I remember last year, didn't you get Seti or somebody to help you?
Yeah, Seti had the boat. And he had another guy, John, on the boat in case of any emergencies. And we're all within radio contact. And then we had 3 groups. And
all women though, right?
We did have a couple of guys, like my husband, and there was another guy, Sean. They were there within the group as a strong swimmer in case anyone got in trouble. So we actually do have guys that come and join us.
Okay. Twisted Sister's cousin.
There's been all sorts of really funny names that's people
I get told what to do by a Twisted Sister or something, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because we had a couple of young girls working for us on our boats, and they were like, oh man, we should go and ask if we can help, and we can have like an all-girls crew looking after the Twisted Sisters. Yeah. So if you're keen,
yeah, definitely.
You try and sort out an all-girls crew, but if it's not an all-girls thing, then
No,
then
well, Seti
run
said
with
he'll do
Seti,
it.
yeah.
He said he'll do it again this year, but he's got other commitments and that. So if we can find another boat, it works better.
If Seti does it, I really do think he needs to wear a tutu or something. Pink at least. He's got to wear all pink, right?
Yeah.
Careful.
Okay. So what's the cable boy swim? For those that don't know, obviously.
So at Takapuna, you have the yellow buoy line, which is at high tide is about 350 metres offshore.
Yep.
And there's some pink ones as well, but the main buoy line it's the 5-knot buoys, and it's where most of your more experienced swimmers swim. They go in off the beach, either from where the toilet block is or the boat ramp. They swim out to the first one, and there's 5 buoys, and then you've got the big cable buoy. Which is a big marker where literally there are cables under the ground. So the distance there and back is roughly 3.2, 3.3 Ks, depending on the tides at the time.
Yep.
This is not a race. It is a challenge to be able to swim to cable buoy and back.
Yep.
So we have 3 groups. Each group has 20. The slowest people are in the first group. They go first. And then the other 2 groups, depending on speed. And each group has a couple of kayakers with them.
Gotcha.
Just to keep an eye on them, to keep them. They have different coloured swim caps for each group, so we can keep an eye on each group and make sure they're all fine. And then we have Seti with his boat, just keeping an eye on things. So if there's an emergency, he can bring them into shore, and we have a first responder on shore in case there's anything major happens.
Okay.
And then when they finish, they get a medal. Everyone brings a plate of food. We have a big picnic on the beach. It's just really awesome. And the idea is, the challenge is to be able to get to Cable Buoy and back. But if you get partway back and you get really tired, you're only ever at the very outside, 350 metres offshore.
Just turn left and go to the beach.
Yeah. Basically. And you've got a kayaker that will take you in.
Okay.
And then you walk down the beach.
Okay.
And you'll still finish.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Okay.
It seems to me that you've got something awesome going there that is like super social. Because I spoke to Sue, who swam with you. She says, sometimes these ladies spend more time chatting at Buoy 1 than they do swimming there.
This Saturday should be interesting. We've got, hopefully, Christmas carols at the Buoys.
Oh, nice.
And then we're having a picnic lunch, a picnic breakfast afterwards. So if you're in the area, you should come and join us.
Well, Christmas I'll be out of Auckland, but one year we did it was a New Year's swim, and people took a bottle of champagne all the way to the cable buoy. They're out there drinking. This is not the sensiblest thing that we've ever done.
No. I don't think I'd go quite that far. But we did think that if we had a group at Buoy 1 and a group at Buoy 2, we could have a competition to see who could be the loudest and make sure the other group could hear them.
I think that would work.
You have to get somebody to be on a kayak and film that, though.
Oh, yeah.
That would be awesome. Who carried the champagne bottle to
Of course it was Roy.
Where did he put the bottle while he was swimming?
Luckily it was in a tow float. Yeah, no, that's an amazing swim. I know Tatum, that was her first time she ever went to Cable Buoy, and she came back to squad. She was super chuffed.
There's an amazing photo of me putting a medal around this lady's neck. Her name is Joy. Originally from the UK. She lives here now with her husband. And when I met her, she's 59. When I met her, she'd never been able to swim. Couldn't put her head under the water. Had been terrified of the water her whole life. She said to me one day she even struggled in the shower. She just didn't like the water touching her head. She completed it. Now, we actually have a slightly shorter course where they go to the first pink buoy and Buoy 2, and they skip Buoy 1. She did the shorter course, and she did it all breaststroke. And now she finished that and decided afterwards, no, I need to learn freestyle. So she's now taught herself freestyle.
It's so amazing getting people into the water that, have got those worries and concerns and just having that support.
It's a confidence thing, hey? Yeah, because you can't go and do that on your own, right? You need to have people around you that you can ask questions.
And it's got to be kind of people like yourself. I think, what you said of having people like yourself is kind of...
We have a nice little group at the moment that are staying near shore. They're all very, very new. A few of them not so good as swimmers, but they're getting there. And they stay near the shore with me, and we're more going up and down the beach. And then eventually those new people will progress. they usually get out to the pink buoy first, then we get them out to the buoy 2, and then eventually they can go up and down a bit on the buoy line, and usually takes 6 to 8 weeks, I found. And then after that, they're away, and they just go with the stronger swimmers.
Okay.
Yeah, as you know, it's confidence thing. Once you've done it once, then you realise that you can do it. After that, then it becomes easy peasy. What's come next?
Yeah. Once I get them to that first pink buoy, and then usually convince them to get to the yellow one, from there they're away. They suddenly realise, actually, this wasn't scary. Yeah. There's nothing here that I need to be worried about. Yeah. Nothing's happened to me. I'm perfectly fine. Yeah, actually, this is quite cool. I wouldn't mind doing this again.
So most of you guys all come back, right? They come back season after season. Yeah. Awesome.
We have 96 signed up this season.
Okay.
I think last year we had about 70, so it is growing.
Yep.
Each week I have to rewrite my safety list because I have a list with everyone's details in case of an emergency. Yes. Stays in the van. Each week I'm having to reprint it because I'm having to add more names to it with people that sign up still.
So if you've got, you might have 30 or 40 people, you say, going for a swim, how do you sort of keep track of them?
We have usually between 35 and 40 each week currently, and we have a whiteboard, and they have to put their name on the whiteboard. Everyone at the start of the season or before they start swimming with us has to fill in a health and safety form. So we have emergency contact details, anything they're allergic to, any injuries, anything like that. They put their name on the whiteboard, and when they exit the water, they put a line through it so we can see that they're out.
Nice idea.
If they don't, we start ringing. And it's actually become a bit of a joke, actually, because if someone forgets to cross their name off, everyone hassles them now.
They've got to bring a cake the next time or something like that.
But we also have that health and safety form. 1, I have access to it through my phone. 2, I have it printed, just tapped away in the van. So if there's an emergency, we can access it. And we also have at least 2 or 3 of us usually with first aid kits in the car. Yeah. And of course, you've got the defib at the toilet block and things like that. And you're pretty close to the hospital. So if there was anything major.
Yeah.
Do many of your swimmers use tow floats?
Pretty much all of them.
That's really cool.
Our girl boy swim challenge is mandatory.
What's a girl boy swim challenge?
That's the one at the end of March. That's what we call it.
Girl boy.
Yeah, the girls go to all the boys.
Oh, girl boy.
Boy spelled B-U-O-Y.
Got you. That was super confusing for me. Okay.
That was very slow boy.
Yeah, so it's mandatory for that. So because most of them did it last year, they have them anyway. And those that turn up without one, we've usually got, I think at the moment, I've got about 10 in the van.
Okay, just some spares, yeah?
Yeah, we get them cheap and then we sell them off basically for cost price.
Yeah.
So anyone that turns up that wants one, there's one there, they can buy it off.
Nice, nice.
And wetsuits, togs, bit of everything?
Bit of everything.
Yeah.
We've just, we had a big wetsuit grant about 6 months ago from New Zealand Community Trust, which paid for 10 wetsuits for 10 of the ladies.
Okay.
Nice.
We did it through Teamline, and I think the 10 ladies, they put their name forward and then we drew them out of a hat.
Got you.
I think
obviously there were more than 10 that put their hands up. Yep. Cool.
And then I think it ended up costing each of them $82. The rest of it was covered by the grant, so they each had to contribute a little bit to it.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, we have what we call a gear library. Gear library is usually donated stuff that we have, and then. Like we had a lady last year whose car was stolen with all her gear in the back, including her wetsuit. Yeah. So we were able to give her a wetsuit to use for the season until she could get the insurance payout and stuff like that. Or you might have someone starting out and they're a bit nervous, so it gives them a bit of buoyancy in that. Well, we've just been given 8 wetsuits, brand new, through Rebel Sport for our gear library.
Gotcha.
And they turned up Friday of last week, so we were able to show everyone on Saturday 2 big boxes with wetsuits in them.
That's such a nice idea. So your gear library, have you got is it on your website or anything like that?
No, it is. We list it on the website, but we don't list the gear we have.
Yes.
That is listed within the Facebook group itself.
So if we've got any listeners that want to donate to the gear library,
definitely.
How do they go about doing that?
Well, they could contact us through our website, which is twistedsistersclub.org. They could flick us a message through them.
Yep.
We actually had... there's a group that swim on a Saturday called 8 o'clock at the toilet block.
Yeah, I was one of the originals.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
One of the ladies came up to us probably about a month ago, and she said, she actually messaged me, and then she came up to me at the swim and said, "I've got this wetsuit. It's got a bit of a hole. You can have it. Just get it fixed." We had a young lady turned up. She's a student. She'd been swimming for a couple of weeks. She was in a very old 2-piece surf wetsuit.
Oh, yeah.
Not ideal.
That's hard to swim
Really struggling with it. It was the perfect size for her. Cost her $90 for the repair, and she's got a really cheap wetsuit. And I just handed her the wetsuit and said, "Look, here you go, take this. You paid her the cost to fix it."
There you go. That's exactly what you want, right? And I'm assuming sequel wetsuits that the repairs, right?
Yes, they
Clinton
did.
is awesome.
Oh,
yeah?
yeah.
We need to interview Clinton.
Yeah, actually, that would be pretty
No,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
need to interview Clinton's dog.
Oh, the
The only
yellow
reason-
lab.
It's the only reason I go there is to see the dog.
Henry?
I think so.
I think it's Henry. Henry's getting old, eh?
I know.
I'm the same. I spend more time with Henry than I do with Clinton.
Yeah, but our gear library at the moment, I think I'm running out of space in my garage. I've got about 10 bikes. I've got probably about 15 wetsuits. Yeah. We've got watches, we've got power pedals, we've got all sorts
That's
now.
awesome.
Which is really, really cool.
So you're more than just swimming. You're coaching people full triathlon.
Yeah. So we had the Iron Maori, which was a 1/4 and a half, which is a 70.3. That was 1st
That's
of
the
November.
T-shirt you're wearing now, yeah?
Yes, because I did the swim.
Nice.
For that.
Yeah.
And then we also had the one in Tamaki last Sunday. Not the Sunday, just been the one before. We had 17 racing there, which was really cool.
Cool.
So most of these people, a lot of them had never done anything like this before.
Yeah. What's the average age?
I would say 40 to 70.
Yeah.
I've got a few in their 70s now.
And they're just starting out.
Not all of them are just starting out, but most of them are.
Like
yeah.
they weren't sort of super duper athletes
No.
in their 20s, right?
No,
So
no.
that's awesome, right?
Yeah.
That is cool. Yes. Often you get people who were, competitive swimmers when they were young, and then they stopped and had families and everything, and then come back. But you're picking up people who just want to
I
swim.
think a lot of these people, we said their kids are getting older, and they've thought, we've always wanted to do this, but we haven't.
Haven't had the time, haven't had
the finances, and we're giving them the ability to come along and do something without having to pay a stupid amount of money.
Yeah.
I mean, most people can't afford to go to squat each week.
Yep.
Yeah. It's not cheap.
Having a coach is not cheap. Races are not cheap. Neither is all the gear. And swimming wetsuits, they start at about $550 and go up.
Yeah.
You imagine if you've then got a triathlon and you've got bikes and watches and running shoes and
caps and everything.
yeah. Well, a pair of shoes for me is $300, and someone running long distance, they don't last very long.
No. No, I remember that. I'm an ex-runner.
Yeah, I started running adding it up for Ironman one day, got to 20 grand and thought, no, I'm not going any further. This was quite a few years ago.
Yes, I've heard that. Yes.
Where do you get your running shoes from?
I was going to Shoe Clinic. The last lot we got through Shoe Science because they sponsored one of the events we did in September. We did what we call the Henderson Shuffle, which is a bit like a backyard ultra, but a little bit smaller, and it goes for 12 hours. And you do as many laps of a 4K course as you can in 12 hours. The record was 105 kilometres, I believe.
Was there that was what Eva did.
Yes. Oh, you know Eva?
Yes. Yeah. I swam with Eva.
Yeah, Eva
70 kilometres or something?
Yeah. She had never done anything like that. We were the ones that got Eva running.
Okay.
Yeah, back in May. And then I helped her with where to go to get shoes and stuff like that.
Okay.
She wants to do the triathlon with my husband because she can't ride a bike, so she's going to do it in the tandem with her.
Oh, nice.
Eva is a machine.
She's an endurance machine. Yeah,
she got
100%.
2 golds and 2 silvers at the Special Olympics last week.
Yes, I heard about that. Yeah. I heard about that. And the week before that, she came and swam with us. She did 12 by 1 mile. She swam 19.2 Ks.
No, I don't
Maybe
think
missed one or two.
She only missed 1 or 2.
So to call it 10 miles, I mean, in a day, she's a machine. So the reason why I ask about your shoes is because Shoe Science Takapuna is a friend of ours,
Okay.
and we need to join the Twisted Sisters to Shoe Science Takapuna and see
That
what
would
we
be
can
awesome.
do to
Yeah.
give you guys some special treatments.
We've just applied. Everyone's going to know about this now, and I haven't told any of our members. We've just applied for another funding grant, and the aim is to get shoes next.
Gotcha.
But this is what we do. It's only available to members,
Yep.
and we get whatever funding grants we can, and then that money has to be spent on those specific items that we've
Yes.
applied for.
Yes,
So last time was wetsuits. This time we're hoping to look at shoes,
Yes.
because it's the one thing that if you don't have the right shoe, it can cause big issues, injuries and all sorts.
Oh, he's got a couple of knee replacements there.
Yeah, both sides. Yeah.
Pity you can't apply for a grant to have a knee replacement.
Too late to fix these ones.
Okay, so we'll sort you guys.
That
We'll
would be
check
awesome.
after this. We'll
Yeah,
put you in
yeah.
touch with Raymond
Yeah.
from Shoe Science. He's a runner himself, and in my personal opinion, he runs the best shoe science in the country, and he's super passionate about running, and he's a coach.
Oh, good.
So if you want some help with, I don't know, some advice, he's got a big background on trail running, cross country,
Yeah.
distance running, so yeah, good guy to have on board, and
Yeah.
he's right there, right? So-
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. I've seen you guys at the pool before. Sorry to interrupt you. You take your guys to the pool as well?
Over winter, we were going to Birkenhead.
Birkenhead, yeah.
Yes, we were going on a Sunday morning rather than do it because we weren't doing the sea swim, but on the Saturday. But we are thinking this coming season we might see if we can keep the sea swimming going all year.
Just make it a little bit shorter for.
Yeah, some of us did carry on swimming. We weren't swimming every week, but we went at least once a month, including doing a winter solstice swim.
Yeah.
We were helping fundraise for Nick.
Yes.
Their charity. Yeah,
Yeah, we talked to him.
It was a get in, and I was brave enough to half take my wetsuit off once I was in the water and swim just in my togs.
It's quite exhilarating,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
You just don't want to spend too much time in there.
No.
Yeah.
But we did have one lady turned up a bit late, and she gets in the water up to her waist going, "You didn't tell me I could wear my wetsuit." I was like, "Actually, we did tell you could wear your wetsuit." It's okay. Yeah, so that was a bit of fun.
So you've been doing a whole bunch of coaching. Do you have a coach yourself, though?
I don't at the moment. When I started off, I was with Tony Hagen from my Hagen Sport.
Yep.
He passed away the June of 2020, and my Ironman was March 21. So my husband's coach, which was Andrew Mackay from Boost Coaching, he picked up my coaching for me and saw me through to
Nice.
Ironman and a bit further after that until I got the injury, and I had to stop. So I still do a lot with him. When it comes to specific one-on-one swimming, I send all the ladies to him. So they go into town and do a one-on-one swim lessons with him, and then they come back and try to put it into practice. So we tend to utilise, although I'm a coach myself, he's got more experience than I do with swimming. So we tend to utilise a lot of professionals, like, as you said,
Yep.
Raymond, Andrew,
Yep.
Ben Marshall, Performance Bicycle Tuning, who I saw today. He's said that he'll do a bike maintenance course because some of the ladies can't change tyres yet.
Nice.
So that will be early next year. So we tend to utilise people like that are in the industry. So the people that are in our group that are then progressing then end up going and do bike fits with Ben or swimming with Andrew. Or so it's actually helping promote the other people in the industry.
Oh,
which is really
absolutely.
good.
And then you've got Tatum swims with Merlin,
Yep. We've got a big group at the moment swimming with Dean Greenwood in Kelston in the morning.
Okay, yeah.
We had about 4 or 5 at one point. It was quite funny because we were all wearing our pink twisted Swiss swim caps. And I've got 2 more that are starting next year. So some of those guys are now starting to come along and swim with us on a Saturday because they've noticed the caps and they've started asking questions.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
The caps, I'm assuming, are pink.
Yes.
Are they?
Yeah, they
Just
are
a wild
pink.
guess.
Funnily enough, I'm not a pink person, but they are pink. The ones for our Girl Boy Swim Challenge won't be pink.
Yeah.
They're more for bright colours that can be seen rather than...
And you've got a couple of waves there, you say, has it?
Yeah, we've got 3.
Yeah.
So we limit that to 60, 20 per wave,
Got you.
just to make sure everyone's safe.
Hi listeners, Jim here. You probably know that Duncan and I have a little business called Swimscape. Swimscape supports swimmers doing marathon swims, but we also support groups doing relays. The little group that we're with did a relay swim the length of Taupo a couple of years ago, and we had such a good day and it was a real fun experience. So if you and your friends want to do a relay swim of any description and need some support, please drop us a line at info@swimscape.co.nz and we can talk about it. Come on, you know it's going to be fun.
So it's really cool that you've got this whole group going that's almost all women. So just from your perspective, is there barriers that women in general face when they're looking at sort of getting into sports or swimming in particular that you're able to overcome, or is it just that they like being together with others? Are you helping break down barriers?
We're definitely breaking down barriers. It wasn't something that, as a woman, I ever really understood until I saw the difference this was making for a lot of them. Mostly it's a confidence thing. They're too scared to come along and try. They're scared they're too slow. They're scared that there'll be a whole bunch of people faster than them and then they just won't fit in. Once they figured out, well, hang on, there's a whole big group of ladies here and they're all at similar levels to me, it helps give them that confidence to get started. And what I've found is the more they do with us, it helps build their confidence, and then they have confidence to go and join other groups and to do other stuff. And it's just, so that is definitely breaking down that barrier. And I hadn't realised how many women actually out there are too scared to try.
Yeah. Do they find you or do you find them? Or both?
They're actually finding us at the moment. We do a brick session, usually for a couple of weeks before a big race. So we'll go and do a 20-minute swim, do about an hour on the bike, and then a 15, 20-minute run off it.
Yeah.
It's to get the ladies, if they're doing a triathlon, used to, especially with a swim, having people around them where they're going to be touched.
Yes.
Because you don't want
around
to...
the buoy.
Yeah, you don't want to be in a race situation, have someone touch you and completely panic when you're in the water. So it's to practice the transition and all that. And what we've found is people coming up to us at the beach saying, "Who are you? Can I join? Can I come along and do this?" And we've got a couple of ladies that saw us at Takapuna Beach and now come and swim regularly.
Yeah. You should put like a flag up or something when
We
you're
do.
there. And,
We
yeah,
do.
cool.
Yeah. We've got a big flag that goes up so they
Nice.
can see us. And there's usually often a sign on my van.
And so I actually had one chap who swims with the Beta Bay group. You know, they're sort of Marangi based. So no, my wife wants to get into it, but she doesn't want to swim with you know, she's nervous of swimming with Beta Bay. So I said, go and
I think I've spoken to him.
quite likely. I
think I
said,
might
I
have.
reckon
Yeah.
maybe she should have a chat
Yeah.
with the Twisted Sisters and see if that works out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, we're
You-
happy for
you-
anyone to come and join. The only thing we do ask is they do fill in that health and safety form, which is on our website. There's a one page that is just all about swimming, and it will say register. You just click that. Takes about 2 minutes to fill it in, and they do require the swim cap. They're $10 each, but if you are a club member, then you get it as part of your membership. So if they decide then to join the club, we give them a $10 discount because they've paid for the cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that way everyone's got the same cap. And most people just come along on the first day and either do an internet transfer or just bring $10.
Yeah.
And then they've got the cap, they don't have to worry about it.
Nice.
So what other... I hope I didn't interrupt you, but so there's the Takapuna sort of swimming scenario.
Yeah.
And then there's the triathlon focus,
Yes.
I guess.
Yeah.
Are there any other like events that you train for, like maybe a trail run or an
Yeah.
ocean swim series event in,
Yeah.
I don't know, South Island or something?
We went down and did Tarawera
Yes.
this year. We had a group of about 10 went down. Distances between the 21K and the 50.
Yep.
Which is really cool. So we all have accommodation. We stay together. We also obviously went down and did Napier on November 1st. So that was, for most of them, that was a really big event. Like nothing they have ever done before.
What was the distance of that one?
So the quarter is a 1K swim, 50K on the bike, and a 10K run.
Mm-hmm.
The half is a 70.3, so 2Ks, 90Ks, and a half marathon.
Okay, that's big. Yeah.
So it is big. It's the equivalent of the 70.3 at Taupo.
Yeah.
And for most of them, they had never done anything like that before. They might have done, a couple of them had done something that's, the same thing but smaller. None of them had done those sort of distances before. So it was really, really cool to see them all finish. A couple of us the thing I like about the Ironman too is you can go down and just do the swim. But it was 13 degrees in the water and it looked calm. But, oh, man, there was a current. It was not an easy swim.
13 is pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I have a wetsuit that's got short legs and no arms. I regretted my choice with my wetsuit. But we also have people do other things. We had a couple went and did the Taupo Cycle Challenge.
Yeah.
So all sorts of various different bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Just depends, and often there'll be people say, oh, look, I'm going to go and do this. Does anyone want to come and do it with me? And then they'll have a couple of people to do it with, which is really cool now.
Yeah.
There's a fair number of sort of events around the country.
There are.
And sometimes it's just about learning about them and having somebody to go with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just the events too. Like we had a group of 7 yesterday did a trail hike up in the Waitaks, about 9.5 Ks. Lots of stairs. And you end up at the dam, the Waitakere Dam.
Oh, yeah.
It's a loop. So that was our first one of those. We're going to be doing them once a month. We've got a lady that's going to lead them. We also often ride on a Sunday.
Yeah.
So we take groups and we've been getting 12 to 15 on the rides now. So the ride numbers are growing really well. So a group of us go down and do the Pigeon Run, which is in St Heliers on a Wednesday night, which is a free 5K run. It's run by the guy that owns the Pigeon Club across the road at the far end of St Heliers, and it starts where the little playground is and goes through to Mission Bay and back. So that's a really nice social group. So rather than creating our own run, we go and do theirs. Because there's lots and lots of runs, so why create another one?
Sure.
So we try to utilise a whole bunch of different bits and pieces. And we try to give most of our members a range of things they can do. And, just so that because not everyone swims, but not everyone runs or does triathlon. So it's creating a range of things so that they can be more active.
You must be super busy.
I was about to say
Yes. I am at the moment. In fact, I woke up a few days ago thinking, oh no, I've missed the interview on Monday. And then I realised, no, it's the coming Monday.
Well, we just got super busy. You might have heard of the Swim for Live Ocean.
Yes, I think I did.
Yeah, so we're helping on the logistics and water safety side on that one. So that's why everything got a bit quiet from us for a while because, geez, it's just been so busy.
Yeah. It reminds me, I've got to finalise the health and safety plans for our swim event.
Yes.
We'll get them submitted.
When did you say that's in March, yeah?
Yeah, that's March 22nd. I think it's a Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that for the council?
No, actually, because we follow the yellow buoy lines, we don't need anything, council.
Okay.
We've actually, we contacted them last year and they said, no, you don't require any council permits. We're on the beach rather than on the green field. So we're not actually having to, normally that
space.
So normally that field you would have to hire it, basically. It doesn't cost anything, you've got to reserve it.
Yeah.
We're more on the beach, so we don't need that. We're not affecting boat traffic because we're only at the normal yellow buoys. And it's not a race. There's no timing or anything like that. So we actually don't need any of the stuff that we're doing, but we do it anyway.
Just for your own stuff,
Yeah. Yes. Our club president is a nurse and she's also a St John's youth cadet. So she's used to health and safety. In fact, 2 of them on our committee are youth cadets, so with St John's. So we have a lot of safety protocols just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And with Try NZ, they handle all of our indemnity insurance for our events, for the bigger events, not the training sessions. So that's one of the requirements, is we have to lodge everything with them, and they just check it over and make sure it's all good. So.
Two things. Block your ears, Galakas. Okay, so we're going to offer Twisted Sisters we'll figure out the logistics, right? We do marathon support around Rangitoto Island, for example, or across Lake Taupo.
Yeah.
Let's do a relay. You put together a team. So
A relay around Rangitoto, you mean?
either Rangitoto or Lake Taupo. You tell us how many swimmers you want. We'll tell you how many we can fit on the boat, how much support we need.
Okay.
So Rangitoto is about 20 Ks.
Yeah.
Taupo's double that.
Yeah.
No, I think we'd stick with Rangitoto to start with, because it's also an area they're used to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many swimmers would you, like, what sort of distance would they normally cover?
Well, so normally, I mean, again, right, this would be getting people involved in the sport scenario, right? But normally the rules, like if you're following like English Channel rules or something like that, it's an hour on, an hour off.
Okay.
So that's generally like 4 people. But I think, considering you've got some guys that are new to ocean swimming and potentially swimming lesser distances, I would probably say about 8 or so.
So the boat that you can see outside, we can easily put 10 to 12 people on the boat.
Yeah.
So, it just gives you kind of options, and, it's up to, swim half an hour at a time, 20 minutes at a time. Doesn't really.
So the boat just goes along and they're swimming next to the boat, yeah?
Yeah,
so
one swimmer in the water at a time.
Okay.
And then
And then that swimmer can just say, yep, I've had enough.
Yeah, I've had enough. Or we can make we can say, like you said, we can do it every 20 minutes. We swap out, or maybe
So it's always good to have a plan, as long as you realise that the plan's going to change.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just something to
That
think
would be
about.
a really fun day out.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds like fun.
Yeah. But only if we can get a Twisted Sisters cap.
Oh, definitely.
Because we get sunburned.
Yeah, that would be very cool.
Yeah.
There's another group of women that you've probably come across. They call themselves the Iron Aunties.
Yes, I have heard
Have
that.
you heard of the Iron Aunties? So we're actually friends with Woody.
Yep.
And it's Woody's sisters and aunties, and it's a bunch of Maori women that have a similar sort of approach, in that they put themselves into a uncomfortable challenge.
Yeah.
And keep themselves going, and they're sort of rally themselves up. They'll be like, 2 of them are like, okay, we're going to do this. But then they get like another 6 or 7 girls roped in,
Yeah.
I've been trying to get them to do a rangi as well, just in the interest of supporting the sport and getting people in there, right? Because I'm going
to go home and tell my husband about this, and he's going to be so jealous.
You can come and support.
He wants to do the Cook Strait crossing.
Oh, nice. That's a big swim there, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit of technicalities involved with that one, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so tough. Yeah. Wow.
Tell us about your husband. What else does he do? He sounds like he does everything as well, yeah?
Apart from Ironman. He did his first triathlon when I did my first one.
Okay.
We both went down and did the banana boat swimmer in Rotorua, and it was my first time swimming in the lake, and it was my first swim race ever. And I did 300 metres, and for some reason, I don't think I understood the difference between a tri-suit and a wetsuit. And for some reason, I decided it'd be warm enough I'd do it in my tri-suit.
No buoyancy.
No, it wasn't so much that, because the arthritis affects my rib cage.
Okay.
And if I get really cold, I can't move my ribs, and then I can't inflate my lungs.
Okay.
So by the time I got out of the water, which I had to doggy paddle it, which I was not impressed with, I was wheezing really bad, and I had really bad chest pain. So I got cleared by the ambulance there.
Mm-hmm.
It's called costochondritis, and it can be quite painful. And then my GP cleared me, but he said I had to see a cardiologist, which I did. I got all the clearance for it. And I said to my husband, look, would you do it alongside me just to make sure in case there's an issue? So he did the first one, and I'm swimming, and he's swimming out to sea because he's bored until the the guy in the boat turned him around and made him go back. And then he was talking to me on the bike, and I got upset and swore at him, so he left me alone. So his first one wasn't very good, and at that point he had done the harbour cross, and he was doing long distance swimming. And I said, "So you're going to do another one?" He goes, "No, I'm going to stick to my long distance ocean swimming."
Okay.
Next thing I know, he'd signed up for Ironman, and I'm like, "What? What is Ironman?" So, and he's been doing them ever since. He really, really wants to get to Kona.
Okay.
Yeah, but he did do the cycle challenge a few weeks ago. That was his first time doing that.
Yeah.
And he went to Bolton last year and did the last of the full Ironman in Bolton because he's got family over there.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's done lots of marathons and bits and pieces like that.
Okay.
So I don't think there's a day he doesn't train anymore.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very good.
So he finished Ironman the same, like the year I did it, he finished as well. And yeah, so he was there at the finish line when I was.
Awesome.
I had a group of about 7 or 8 people running with me on the last bit. Because I was one of the last ones, they give you lots of extra support that you don't normally get, including one of the volunteers riding his bike with my special needs, which should have been back in the tent in his hand, so he'd give me anything I needed. They just want you to finish. And yeah, he was there for the end, along with my parents and our daughter, and there was a lady running next to me who was about 7 months pregnant that I'd trained with. It was actually quite funny. But yeah.
Just to see you through the finish.
Yeah.
I'm hoping she
Yeah.
didn't do the whole thing. Yeah?
No.
That's
So-
a special event.
Yeah,
that,
so but he's carried on and done them ever since.
that's not a cheap event either, right?
No, it is not.
Besides the bike and all the kit, like you
he's
say,
basically done enough now. He's done his 12, so that means he can go to Kona,
Yes.
but that's even more expensive. But yeah, it's his dream.
Well, how does the 12, what is that rule?
Ironman will, if you do complete 12 Ironman,
Yep.
they will give you what they call a legacy slot.
Okay.
So it's the last wave, and it's people that are qualified under the legacy slot.
Gotcha.
Whereas normally you've got to do it within a certain time. And he is in his 60s, and to qualify, he would have to go like 10 hours,
Yeah.
which is
Gotcha.
insane.
Yeah, there's some amazingly fit older
yeah.
people there. Wow.
You know what it is. A lot of the pros, I think they just go as normal age group athletes,
Yeah.
and they fall into that category.
Yeah.
I swear that's what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that my age group and his age group would be 2 of the most competitive.
Yeah.
I've always thought, because I don't do many of the swim races, but every now and then I think the only way I'm actually going to win is just by being the last one alive.
Yeah.
And, you get to the next age group and the people who beat you 5 years ago are still there. And they're still wiping you out. Oh, it's just...
In Maori, I wasn't very well. I was supposed to do the half, and I hadn't been very well at all. And I got hold of them, and they said, look, you can either get a team, which we didn't have enough accommodation for the extra members, or you can just do the swim, which was 2K. I said, okay, well, I'll just do the swim. That way I still get my shirt, I'm still there, and then also when I'm finished, I can be there for the rest of my athletes that I'm coaching. Sweet, no problem. I really didn't want to do it. I didn't know why, and it turned out I was actually sick as a dog when I came home, which will be why. But I got in the water, and as I said, it was 13 degrees. I was freezing cold. I was really struggling. I couldn't get my rib cage to move, so I couldn't breathe. And that then settled. But I was having a lot of pain in one hip, and that just wouldn't go away. And there was a massive current. So it's a big square going clockwise, and we swim down towards the wharf, and then you had to go in towards shore, and I was getting pushed into shore. And at one point I was swimming at a 45-degree angle to try and get back, and I was not getting anywhere. And I got to the end of the first lap, supposed to do the second lap, going, right, that's it, I'm done, I'm out of here, I'm over this, I'm just not going to finish it, I don't care. And then there was a guy floating on his back, and he went to do the second lap. And I'm like, that's really unfair. If he can carry on, I can definitely carry on. So with the whole lap, there was him and a lady behind him. And every time I'd get to the boy, I'd call out to both of them. Come on, you can do it, you can do it. So I was encouraging them to keep going. I got out of the swim, my daughter-in-law who did the 1K swim, she was there waiting for me. She goes, thank God you finished. She goes, you were the only one in the 2K. You automatically win because you finished.
Hey.
And I would have been gutted if I pulled out halfway. So I got this big trophy.
That's cool.
Because I was the only one doing the 2K swim.
Super cool. Oh, that's lovely.
Do you find there's a big difference between the ocean and a lake?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Lake, you're not as buoyant. For me, the first couple of swims in the lake, I'm a lot slower.
Yeah.
And I find to get tired a bit more easier.
It's just like thicker water almost.
Yeah. You've got to work harder for it. I think you've got to have better technique and all that too.
Yeah.
That's what I found with me anyway. Down in Lake Taupo and that, I love swimming there. You can be swimming along, you're looking down the bottom going, why is there a miniature golf ball? Who put miniature golf balls in there? And then you realise they're not miniature, they're just 20 metres down. And they look tiny. I saw a swim cap and it was literally the size of my big thumbnail.
Oh, so
that's how deep it was.
20 metres deep.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
And it's so clear. And if you get thirsty, well, you just open your mouth and have a drink. It's great.
Yep.
Just make sure you're not behind someone.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wouldn't do that on Ironman day.
No.
So, when you get out of a swim race and you run up the beach or whatever it is, and generally they've got like those mats on the arches that with the timers that beep off. Now I've been involved with a lot of these events where you help pack things up afterwards. Now if you can imagine all the guys swimming in their wetsuits, right, and then they stand up and exit the ocean and run, right? Now, those mats stink of urine.
Oh, yeah.
They
I'm just going to say that.
absolutely stink of urine because everybody reads in their wetsuit. Right? So, definitely think about drinking the water at Taupo.
Well, I shouldn't worry about it because all the wee's in the wetsuit.
The way I figure it, so long as you're at the front of the pack,
you're good.
Sweet. You just don't drink it if you're at the back.
Yeah. That's why I never drink anything.
Have you got any like swimmers that sort of jump out as being sort of special memories or anything, any sort of achievements that they've done or an experience that's been super difficult for them?
Well, as I said, the Lady Joy finishing that girl boy challenge.
Got you.
That would have to be one of my favourite memories. We had an awards night in May. And we gave her Swimmer of the Year because of what she had to overcome to actually do that stuff.
Okay.
And there's a few at the moment that I'm looking at them. Like there's a lady, she owns Valley Worship in Mission Bay, her and her brother. And she comes over to Mission Bay. She's trains with Andrew from Boost.
Yep.
But she was terrified of the water when I first met her. And she really wanted to do this triathlon. And now, I mean, she's still nervous.
Yeah.
But now she gets in and swims and she can swim out to the buoy and it's just so cool to see how they progress.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was swimming along one day with Joy. As I said, she's just learnt to do freestyle and it was her first swim of the season and she was doing freestyle and we were swimming back towards the shore and I looked up and she'd swapped her breaststroke. I was like, oi, Joy, cut that out. And everyone just looked at her going, what are you doing wrong? And it's like, freestyle. It became a bit of a joke. And she was swimming with her husband one day. He joined us, and I was, encouraging her and all that. And afterwards, apparently, he said to her, it was like watching a mother duck and all her babies. And he said he felt I was more excited than anyone else was.
Well, the duck story makes sense because we were going for a swim a couple of weeks ago, and all of you guys were in the water, and somebody refers to a bunch of chickens. There was lots of nattering going on at that stage. Yeah.
I know when we first started this season, and the first time we went down to the beach, and it was really funny because all of a sudden you hear this all these little squeals as people got in the water for the first time, and it was really cool. Now they get back to the beach afterwards and they just stand there. They don't want to get out. Yeah.
That's awesome.
We usually go up to the coffee shop up on the hill, 7 Hills there afterwards, and have something to eat and a coffee. And not all of them stay, but probably about a third of them stay.
Yeah.
And I swear we're just about taking over the coffee shop. The Girl Boy Swim Challenge, it was on the Sunday, and our Saturday swim got rained off. So they actually opened early so that we could give out the gear bags and people could come down and get
nice.
their race
That's
packs.
cool. That's very
which
cool.
is really cool.
It's a good place to Caprina, right?
Yeah. Right. Well, this has been wonderful. Thanks so much for sharing your story.
Thank you for having us.
Everything that you do. Well, hopefully you might... there might be a few more ladies out there that hear this and realise that they could come along and join in with you. So, super cool.
Give us your website once more.
twistedsistersclub.org.
You are a legend. Keep doing what you're doing, and we'll see you around Rangitoto sometime soon. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Awesome. Thanks, Kylie.
No worries.
Hi, my name is Caitlin O'Reilly. I'm the youngest person to have completed the Ocean 7 Challenge. If this really cool podcast has helped you learn something new, maybe it's introduced you to new swimmers, made you smile, then please take the opportunity to subscribe to Duncan and Jim's channel. I'm sure they would absolutely appreciate all your support. Cheers.
Thank you, Caitlin. As always, if you would like to give us feedback, you can find us on Instagram at Swimscape Adventures, or email, which is info@swimscape.co.nz. If you enjoyed this, please consider rating our show wherever you get your podcasts. It helps new people find the show. Thanks, and we'll talk again soon.